Pasti mau sama Irma kan?
Kan
Sudah.
ada di Motokoran.
Beli aja itu sekalian kopi kenangan di situ. Dekat loh serius.
Kira pergi sama siapa aja?
Beli tiap Senin dapat
Irma. Kan
gratis.
kemarin
Kalau habis punya isi ya.
jadi gini
Minta
ya,
nota.
jangan sampai lagi di kan di pos. Andung ya. Ya. Kalau ya.
Cek cek.
Mulai.
All participants can open camera. We would like to start the conference. All of the participants, please open the camera. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here again, continuing our first international conference of engineering and innovation science 2024 in our Zoom meeting.
Kita kembali di sini melanjutkan the first International Conference of Engineering and Innovation Science 2024 pada pertemuan Zoom ini.
The Excellencies, participants, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite our last keynote speaker, Mr. Professor Dr. Lam Yatun from Yangon Technological University, Myanmar, which will be moderated by Giva Octavia.
Yang terhormat, para peserta, hadirin sekalian, kami turut mengundang keynote speaker terakhir kita, Mr. Profesor Dr. Lam Yatun dari Yangon Technology University, Malaysia, yang akan dimoderatori oleh Giva Octavia.
Okay, thank you to MC for giving me the opportunity to continue program at this afternoon conference. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi rasulillahi ajma'in. First of all, thanks to Allah who always given help, blessing, and salvation for all of us, so that we can to be here without trouble at all. Secondly, may salawat and salam for our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who always give goodness in the world. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable the General Head of the PPIPM, the Chief Committee of the year's Icedis 2024, keynote speaker in this conference now. The Honorable, all my respect to all participants of this international conference. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Giva Octavia, the moderator of today's conference. I am very pleased to see you here and welcome all of today's conference. Today's conference is about International Conference on Engineering and Innovation Science with them unveiling the future of knowledge, paradigm shift in engineering, education, and science to achieve the SDGs.
Itu awal dulu awal main hero baru itu masih lagi dari itu.
Subthemes at the conference includes engineering, science, mathematics, and education. This theme invite us to reflect on the discuss innovative approaches and transformative ideas in engineering, education, and science to support the achievement of the sustainable development goals. Together, we aim to uncover groundbreaking insight that will shape the future of knowledge and its application for a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker today is Professor Dr. Lami Tun. He is a leading prof rector the Research and Engineering Higher Education of Yangon Technological University, YTU in Myanmar. He was a professor and founder of Nokia Technology Center of YTU in 2020 and 19. He deployed advice on the development of education and research activity with decades of experience in the field of electronic and communication engineering field and in engineering education of both Mandalay Technological University, MTU, and YTU. Dr. Tun received his Bachelor of Engineering degree in electronics from Mandalay Technological University in 2002. He received his Master of Engineering degree in electronics from Yangon Technological University in 2003. In 2008, he received his Doctor of Philosophy in Electronic Engineering from Mandalay Technological University. He did his research work on time reversal forcing underwater communication and signal processing research in the Center for Applied Research Electronic Corp, IIT Delhi in India in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, he expert on the some language English, Japanese, Chinese, and Myanmar. Before the presentation began, let me information how the presentation will be going on. First, Mr. Professor Dr. Lami Tun will be invited to present the material for about 30 minutes. After that, we will have a question and answer session for approximately 10 minutes. And finally, the session will be end by a conclusion. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker, Professor Dr. Lami Tun, to deliver his presentation. Professor Dr. Lami Tun, the time is yours.
Thank
Hello,
you. Yeah,
hello, Mr.
yes. Thank you for inviting me to share my experience in quality education, engineering education through SDG and science popularization. So that is the three portions. The first one is the quality engineering education, and the second one is how to develop the quality education through sustainable development goals. And the last one is the science popularization for the citizen science in our society. So next, please. Okay, these are the outlines of my presentation. Next, please. So, excuse me, can I share my PowerPoint slide? And can I control my PowerPoint easily? It's okay? Can I share my PowerPoint from my side? Okay.
Okay, Mr.
Okay. Can you see my slide, please?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Okay. So the first one is the research-based education for outcome-based education system. So that is very important. So a university that offers high-quality teachings and a high-quality education system is the place for current developments and future developments goals for all people. A research university developments are based on 3 phases. So the cultivation of qualifying teaching staff, the fulfillment of outstanding laboratory equipment, and the qualifying teaching method. So we all have several ideas and philosophies to develop our engineering teaching staff to focus on the qualifying engineering education. So that is why we have to make the cultivation of those qualifying teaching staff by using such kind of the fundamental concept. These are the focus on research work and to develop the research culture in the university and to provide strategies and operational support to the university research activities. So there are 2 types of research activities, such as basic research and applied research. So basic research is driven by a scientist's curiosity or interest in a scientific question. And the main motivation is to expand man's knowledge, not to create or invent something. There is no obvious commercial values to the discoveries that result from basic research. And applied research is designed to solve the modern war practical problem rather than acquire knowledge for knowledge's sake. So one might say that the applied scientific goal is to improve the human condition. So that is the very, very fundamental concept for the qualifying teaching staff. So these are the several academic professional competency for teaching staff in engineering education. So there are 13 competence facts. So among them, a very important point is the professional skills and interpersonal skill. So these are the fundamental concepts to develop our teaching staff. So there are several models to develop the engineering teachers qualification. So those are to establish the teaching staff ability by using several kinds of the important activities. For example, research group activities, basic research, R&D leadership, R&D project management, research paper writing. So there is the unique formula for research group activities in our university. That is the very unique system because we have the system based on the 6-year bachelor degree program. So we formulate the research group activity by managing the several engineering teaching staff and to control the several student level, for example, doctoral student, master student, and bachelor students, based on the different level or research topics. So by providing the supervisor. And after that, the bachelor student, master student, PhD students can support their research finding and knowledge sharing at research group seminar. After that, we have to observe the research goal and we have to transform the research publication. And another one is the teaching material. That is the very important research activities of the research-based university. So these are the several research paper writing styles to promote the quality of the teaching staff. So number 1 is AIMRAD model, and number 2 is AIRDAM model, and number 3 is AIMRADC model. So those kinds of research paper writing styles to provide the several qualification of the research publication of the teaching staff. So that is the another important one is the teaching pedagogy. So the left side is the very unique system in our education philosophy. That block diagram is the PODS learning cycle, and it always starts with the prediction. So we have to improve the student understanding on specific courses. So the researcher or supervisor has implemented and utilized the PODS learning cycle based on hands-on activities. This is very because it is more suitable for the topics of the student who learn in the specific courses. All students have a chance to discuss, share their idea and experience between their predictions and observation in the study. Moreover, it is important that all students are encouraged to synthesize what they have learned. This is reflect how their understanding of a particular topics have been evolved to try to identify the critical issues that needs to be addressed for meaningful learning to occur. As they progress in their investigation of the specific causes, the supervisor can be given many opportunity to express their idea. That is very important for pedagogical model for qualifying teaching staff and the outstanding student qualification cultivation. So that is the another important model for approaching the outcome-based education system. So the outcome-based education system, we only focus on the student-centered approach and the problem-based learning for OBE. So the left side figure is only the consideration on the self-directed learning. After getting the idea from the self-directed learning, we have to formulate the analyzed problem and we have to evaluate their finding based on their identifying the relevant facts and generating the hypothesis. That is the very important one for the qualifying student cultivation. So that is the general idea and philosophy for 21st century scale for education developments. So number one is collaboration, communication, and creativity, and critical thinking. These are very general and that's only for the just information on the knowledge. So there is the another analysis model for development of qualifying teaching staff in 21st century. So there are 5 inputs for development of the 21st century teacher. They are 21st century classroom, 21st century pedagogy, 21st century assessments, 21st century research and developments, and important one is problem that were faced to teacher. So these inputs to the 21st century teacher, and the teacher can promote their skillful teaching professional and teaching education purpose. So another one is the model for fulfilling or research laboratory equipments. So in this model is shift from the research-based education to the outcome-based education system. So we have to find the research problem and funding for our research activities. After that, we have to prepare the research setup and we have to do the research work and we have to analyze our outcomes. And then we have to make preparing the teaching material for our students' education from our research experience. And then we have to prepare the laboratory manual. And after that, we have to collect the equipments according to the permitted budget or something like that. And next one is the doing the experimental setup. That is very important. Our research idea is based on the several knowledge and several experience, but we have to formulate the concise experimental setup based on our experience. And then finally, we have to establish the research laboratory for students. That is the target for research engineer and research scientists approach to the outcome-based education system. So that is the unit model. So another one is the student activities for teaching and research activities. So there are one cycle in 4 components. So the first one is changing of learning environment. So we have to make the decreasing the face-to-face learning given lecture. And we have to increase the non-face-to-face learning, for example, practical or assignments or project. And we have to increase the independent self-learning time, called the student learning time. So that is very important. And after that, we have to create the professional development program in 2 portions. The first one is in our university and the second one is in our industry. So we have to participate, we have to formulate the participation in skill development competition, or we have to participate in the sports and the recreation activities, and we have to participate in the social welfare program. That is only in our university program. And another one is in industry, by collaborating with industrial people, for example, industrial training or so on. And another one is joint activities between university and industry. And the last one is the knowledge sharing program for teaching seminar or technical seminar. And the last one is we have to create the international exposure. So we have to send our students based on the same short-term internship program to our international university or something like that, and student exchange program. And we have to promote the participation of the competition. So such kind of the cycle is a very important activities for the students teaching learning activity promotion. And the next one is the analysis of our outcome-based education system based on the specific technological approach. So there are many inputs in this system and only one output. So the first input is the critical skill for university students. So university is only for the controller of the student activities. So, but we have some challenges. For example, Icedis challenges student life at hostel or something like that. So we have to adjust such kind of input and the challenges to proceed for the target operation. For example, cultivation of 21st century university students. So we have to make the target, for example, 21st century scale, but we cannot get directly. We can adjust based on the feedbacks or the measurement system, for example, the parents or teachers or the governments. So for the purpose of the parents can have to guide for the right way with the changing family lifestyle to discuss on the student needs and control for their mindset by teachers and give favor to participate in the development program by governments. So that is the analysis model for outcome-based education system only for the qualifying students and the qualifying teaching staff. So that is the very important model for qualifying students based on their mathematical foundation. So we have to prepare the degree program, and then we have to make the structure of the specific course for the students. And then we have to collect the source course contents and the specific courses. And then we have to prepare the mathematical topics that in line with the course content. So that is very important. And then we have to make the benchmarking in mathematics topics with the international university. And we have to check our existing topics and specific course for degree program by substantial equivalent comparison. And then we have to choose two ways. The first one is, will the degree program follow the general mathematics topics from the offering department, or will the degree program offer the specialized mathematics topics to meet the discipline-based criteria? That is the very unique system for the changing the discipline-based criteria to develop our students. So this is the first portion. And the second portion is the UN SDG. So the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development calls on country to begin the effort to achieve the 70 SDG over the next 15 years. So the goals address the need for the people in both developed and developed countries, emphasizing that no one should be left behind. The mobilization of means of implementation, including financial resource, technological development and transfer and capacity building, as well as the rules of partnership, are also acknowledged as critical. So that figure is for UN Sustainable 17 Goals for the global challenges for government transparency, Sustainable Development Goal 2030 Agenda. The SDG, also known as Global Goal, built on the success of the Millennium Development Goal and aims to go further to end all forms of poverty. The new goals are unique in that they call for action by all country, poor, rich, and the middle incomes to promote prosperity while protecting the planet. So that is very important philosophy. So Theodore von Karman said, scientists study the world as it is. Engineer creates the world that never has been. So that philosophy is very important. The role of engineer in sustainable development is directly proportional to the economic development and policy formulation. Those concepts could be observed from engineering content, pure scientists to society, and triple bottom line concept for sustainable developments. The direction of scientific research has been directed by some curiosity-based research, which is not necessarily driven by the value of society. So that is very important. So in this figure, so the specific direction of the scientific research has been described by societal value do not necessarily define the bonds, direction, or scope of the scientific curiosity. So that is the very important model. Another one is the triple bottom line concept for the sustainable development. So sustainable community can be defined as a community that maintains, enhance, or improve its environmental, societal, cultural, and economic resources in such a way that supports current and future community members in pursuing the health, productivity, and happy life. So that is the very important idea. Another one is the specific steering ideologies for engineers to achieve sustainability are based on the following points. Number one is contribute to the creating the sustainable society present and future. And another one is apply professional and reasonable judgment and take a leadership role. And the third one is accomplish more than just comply with legislation and codes. And the next one is use all resources efficiently and effectively. And then the next is seeks multiple outlooks to solve sustainability challenge. And the next one is manage risks to minimize and affordable impacts to people or the environment. So in this model, so we can focus on the economic centrics, and that is only based on the natural resources and ecological capacity. Another one is technocentrics concern. So that is only for the technology economic concern system. And the last one is the sociocentric concern. So that is the human capital and the social expectation. So the integration or such kind of three concern can be formulate the sustainability. So moving towards the sustainable development, we have to narrow focus in the center of the sustainability, and then we have to make the sustainability achieve for the engineering education or some socio-economic developments. So that is very important one. So I will show some model for engineering practices through SDG. So hierarchy of the sustainability based on the many levels. So among them, the first one is the principle of sustainability. So principle of sustainability can be developed based on the bottom line of the such kind of hierarchy of the sustainability. So this stage of sustainable engineering deal with the technical implementation of the idea. So sometimes it is not an easy process, and some aspect of the design may be changed or alternative solution used. The design and engineering stage determine in the technologies which provide the process and products. So that is the very important structure. So the important structure depends on the sustainable design and sustainable engineering. So we can formulate the technology for the process and the technology for the product. After that, we have to achieve the high standard lifestyle. That is the very fundamental and very important rules of the hierarchy of the sustainability. So another one is the model for engineering practice through the research and innovation system. So we have several problems from the society or industry or the laboratory. That is called research inputs. And after that, we have to import such kind of research input to the researcher from the university and the industry as the controller. So to make such kind of input through the researcher based on the boundary for scientific research and to make the process at the research university and institution based on the basic research and applied research work. After that, we have to achieve some research outputs such as knowledge, publication, or the project. So if we remove such kind of boundary for the scientific research, we have to collaborate with the local and international organization, and then we have to make the sustainable developments for the research activity. We have to make the development of the sustainable research work and evaluation. After that, we have to make the complete system for the engineering practices for the research and innovation system. So another one is the model for the SDG engineering practices. So we have the several interconnection between the government, university, and the industry. That is called the UNG collaboration model. So after that, we have to develop the government model to meet the professionals of the academic or profession for the industry. After that, we have to cultivate the engineers and technologists from the industry. Such kind of formulation can be recognized by the professional engineer or some registered engineer or something like that by the specific bodies. After that, we have to control such kind of engineer and the profession from the various place. So we have to control by the government body. So after that, we may apply the substantial equivalent for the several guidelines and the accords and the several agreements in the world. After that, we have to make the interaction between quality assurance and accreditation practice or sustainable engineering practice based on the specific outcomes, such as the mission, vision statements of the university or the society and some university or institution through the sustainable engineering practices by adjusting the specific strategic assessment and measurement process for the maintaining the quality of the outcomes. So that is the several case study one. That is only my own experience in our university. So most of the activities came from the theoretical approach, and another one is only for the experimental approach. We can meet such kind of theoretical result and the experimental result based on the engineering practices by checking the performance of our research outputs. So that is the one case study. Another one is the model for sustainable research and innovation. So first, we have the research group and we have to make the research group formulation. And then we have to find the research collaborator in local and international. And then we have to make the discussion meeting for the final research question or problem. And then we have to check our research facility in our laboratory. If we have not enough the equipment or facility, so we have to make the theoretical research activity in our laboratory or in our classroom. And then we have to observe our research outcome from the theoretical approach. And then we have to apply research grant from the international or local organization. And then we have to collect the experimental work in standard research laboratory in abroad. After that, we have to make the experimental research in the such kind of standard laboratory, and we have to check the theoretical research outputs and the experimental outputs to confirm the outcome is correct or not. And then after that, we have to publish this research outcome in research articles. And then we have to prove such kind of research outcomes can be applied to transform the teaching material from the research outcome in our university. So that is very important one. That is only for the case study in sustainable D of hierarchy, consider natural resource conservation and protection. So we have several theoretical approach based on the such kind of sustainable problem. So the foundation is pollution. So we have to make the regulate disposal or recycle or reuse or manufacture design products or sustainability take back or reduce conserve, encourage cylindrical use of the resource and shift invention to shop waste. So after that, we can formulate the such kind of the sustainable product in the step-by-step procedure based on the best use or the wrong use. So that is the several research idea and case study. So the last one is the innovation ecosystem for the science popularization. So mainly a renounced ecosystem cannot be standalone, but by especially in the form of innovation-driven setup entrepreneurship has emerged as critical priority in the global innovation economy. The challenge is as observation confirm that the whole world today, far from being flat, has emerged remarkably and even especially in terms of innovation-driven entrepreneurship. So we refer to densely concentrate type of innovation-driven entrepreneurship called innovation ecosystem. So that is a very important idea. So the most famous ecosystem did not arise from highly orchestrated stakeholder strategy nor indispensable engagement of all significant stakeholders. So after that we have the dynamics, the stakeholder engagement do still remains silent and serve as a source of the useful lesson. So that is the very important philosophy for the important and shifting role of certain stakeholder group in evolution and success to meet the innovation ecosystem. So innovation-driven entrepreneurship core, the several groups are connected in one cycle. Number one is entrepreneurial, so MSME or micro, small, medium-sized enterprise, and risk investment or vendor or banks, and business like the national champion or university, different touch points, and the last one is the governments, so engage in the deliberated ecosystem developments. So the interaction between business and the entrepreneurial and governments and risk investment and university and risk investment and governments and university and business are very important. Among them, so we have to check the university business relation in one domain, and another one is business and entrepreneurial relation, another domain, and the last one is government entrepreneurial risk investment relation. Such kind of interconnection between those 5 components in the cycle to convert scientific and technological resources to popular science. That is called the collaboration science stakeholder engagement. So we have different relationship potential model for engagements. For example, the face-to-face engagements or the engagement through the new media, or another one is the online engagements. So such kind of engagement can be formulate the integration of the citizen in theoretical work, because we have the engineering scientists, but our knowledge can be distributed based on the science popularization to the normal society. So that is why we have to choose such kind of model. So number one is building hypothesis. So that is called the scientific knowledge flow. And in that model, we have to make the deduction theory, building, and or the reassessment of the hypothesis. Another one is the generation of scientific knowledge. And the last one is the co-created hypothesis. After that, we have the entry point for scientists from the building hypothesis. At the time, we can formulate the specific hypothesis and to meet the scientific knowledge flow in the specific normal line, and then we can get the shared entry point for citizen and scientists. After that, we can co-create the hypothesis. And after that, we have to reach the outputs and the outcomes of our knowledge to share the normal society. But that is only the traditional scientific process. But we have to formulate the participation of the modifying pathway. That is called the entry points for all citizens. After that, we have to share entry points, citizen and the scientists, and to create the hypothesis. After that, we have to make the specific achievement or outcomes of our goal of the integration of citizen and science popularization based on the future pathway. So that is the blue direction is the intended pathway, and we can formulate the adjustment between detection of pattern by using the data observation and reporting and data analysis and the interpretation. So that is the very unique model for the popular science. Another one is the relation between citizen science and open science. Because we make the research work and we publish several research activities without open access. So at the time, normal society cannot observe such kind of research activities based on the specifics and not open access society. So at the time, we can formulate the open access condition based on the responsible science and research innovation. So based on the open science, because that is the large infrastructure and open access to publication and order metrics. So that is the open innovation system. And we have open to the world because we can meet the citizen science, inclusiveness, scientific citizenship, and scientific culture to meet the science citizens' observation. So that is the citizen engagements to formulate the social relevant and innovation to meet the research and data infrastructure to drive the accessibility to research process and data research by transdisciplinarity and transparency. So that is the very unique model to share our idea to the normal society by using such kind of model. So another one is how to transform our scientific and technological resources to popular science. So that is very important one. So I have already mentioned in the previous slide, the model for engineering practice through research and innovation system. So the outcomes are product knowledge and publication. So we have to transform such kind of outputs to the establishment of National Science Museum, that is openness condition. Another one is establishment of science parks and center. And the last one is establishment of science better in university. So these interconnection between such kind of three activities core engagement of scientists to the public. So if we have established the National Science Museum, we can make the foundation, concept, idea, knowledge for innovation ecosystem to the general society. So another one is we have to establish the science park and center for creating, developing, and managing an entrepreneurial ecosystem for industrial people. And the third one is we have to establish the science body in the university to share our deep knowledge and understanding and motivation, active participation to improve innovation ecosystem to our students. So after that, we can improve the public science literacy. That is the very important model for our approach. So let me go discussion on my experience and the innovation ecosystem based on the SDG from the engineering education. So we have to make the several foundation for the 21st century scale, especially collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking based on the research activities and the teaching activities from our university. So the qualified teaching staff or researcher or research teacher are very important to establish the outstanding research laboratory based on their research experience and experimental study for all students and society. After that, we have to make the research finding to the sharing experience for science popularization in our general public. So at that time, we can make the three concepts. So number one is Science Museum, Science Park, or Science Center, and Science Better configuring the new entrepreneurial ecosystem in the physical area. And another one is Science Museum, Science Park, Science Center, Science Better, enabling the entrepreneurial ecosystem platform. And the last one is Science Museum, Science Park, Science Center, and Science Better integrating additional connection beyond the entrepreneurial ecosystem in physical area are very important to enhance the improvement of public science literacy through the establishment of Science Museum, Science Park, and Science Better in the university. So let me conclude my presentation. So RBE means the research-based education-based outcome-based education system directly reflect the sustainable development goals to enhance the engineering education. So the development of the modern world has been subjugated by science and engineering and technology, and the roles of the engineer is linked closely to the needs of society. The 21st century would be defined by some of the massive challenges now facing humanity. So among these are energy and food security, competition and scarcity of the natural resources and climate change, etc. The demand for engineering professional skill is likely to be higher than ever before in order to convey sustainable engineering system, low carbon energy technology, and robust physical infrastructure to protect against physical hazards such as sea level rise and extreme meteorological events. So thank you very much for your kind attention, and any comment and suggestion are welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, to Dr. Lametun for the detailed presentation. All right, now we will move to question and answer session. Because our time is limited, let's open to one question only. Please raise your hand and I will choose some of you. Open the microphone and say your name. Do you have any question, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, Risma Pertiwi, open your.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. First of all, let me introduce myself a little bit. For certain, my name is Risma Pertiwi from English Education Department. So I wanna ask to you,
Yes.
among the 21st century skills discussed,
Yeah.
which skills is the most critical for addressing the challenges of education for 4.0 and why?
Uh, so that question is very great. So there are, I think, the several skills to improve the 21st century skill for education 4.0. Among them, so there are specific focus on the collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. So these are very important, and these 4 points have to be integrated into a one cycle or one point or one things. So that is only the fundamental concept. So the important one is the creativity and critical thinking, because if we don't have such kind of innovative idea or thinking, so we cannot survive from our high level standard or the high level sustainable development goals. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your great answer. So
Yeah.
I really understand that critical thinking is the most important for
Yeah.
us to survive in 4.0 era. Thank you.
Yeah.
Back to the moderator.
Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank you to audience and moderator. Uh, do you have any question? One more. Okay, please, Alicia Putri Chania, times is your.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Okay, hello, sir. Thank you for your presentation that I so amazed for your research.
Yeah.
I want to ask one question. So, in the context of engineering practice, how
Yeah.
can the triple button line approach, like
Yeah.
environment, society, economy, be integrated into sustainable development efforts?
Yeah.
Help you understand what my question. That's all from me.
Yes. We have the such kind of the triple line condition for the sustainable development based on the engineering practices. So first of all, we have to understand our society needs, and the second one is our engineering knowledge, and the third one is the scientific knowledge. So we have to integrate such kind of these combination to enhance our economics and our society lifestyle and our environment sustainability. So The triple bottom line concept of the sustainable development can be promote our environmental, societal, cultural, economic resources based on the current and future community members in pursuing the healthy, productive, and happy life. So that is very important for the rural engineering and sustainable development based on the triple bottom line concept. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The question from Alisa Putrikania, and thank you very much to Professor Dr. Lamitun for your explanation and answer question from the audience. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come the end of this conference. Before I close this conference, I would like to draw conclusion from what has been delivered by the speaker. There are 5 important points: quality engineering education talk, SDGs, and science popularization. The first, RBA based off OBA system directly reflects and sustainable development goals to enhance the engineering education. The second, the development of the modern world has been subjected by science, engineering, and technology, and the role of the engineering is linking closely in needs of society. The three, among these, energy and food security, competition and scarcity of natural resources and climate change, and the demand of engineering professional skill is likely to be higher than ever before under recovery sustainable engineering system. I would like to thank you, the speaker, for the informative and interesting presentation, and all the participants for the very active participation. Finally, give the applause for the speaker and for you all. Thank you very much, Mr. And I give back to MC. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Professor Dr. Lamiatun, for the keynote speech.
Terima kasih Mr. Profesor Dr. Lamatun atas presentasinya.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first International Conference of Engineering and Innovation Science 2024 came to end. We would like to thank the keynote speakers and also all attendees who have participated in today's conference activities.
Hadirin sekalian, demikianlah acara pada hari pertama Conference the First International Conference of Engineering and Innovation Science 2024. Kami mengucapkan terima kasih kepada keynote speaker dan juga seluruh hadirin yang telah berpartisipasi dalam kegiatan conference hari ini.
We will meet again tomorrow, exactly on the second day of our first International Conference of Engineering and Innovations 2024. Finally, we ask Master of Ceremony take our leave.
Kita akan bertemu kembali besok, tepatnya pada hari kedua event Conference the First International Conference of Engineering and Innovation Science 2024. Akhir kata, kami selaku MC undur diri. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before leaving of this Zoom, I would like to take documentation. So all the participants can open the camera, the Zoom camera. So before ending this program, please open the camera. We take the photos for documentation. Thank you. For calculate and 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And next slide. 1, 2, 3. Next slide. 1, 2, 3. Can you change the style of the photos like this? Gini, gini, see, yeah, see. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Next slide. 1, 2, 3. Next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Professor Dr. Hamilton, for the keynote speakers of this program. And I would like to thank you for all the participants who participate in this program. And we end this program. Thank you. Maybe for Professor Hamilton can uh, out for this Zoom because the Zoom was the program is ending.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kayak humas-humas.